Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about Mercedes Simulator as well as a new report about Christian Horner's future. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Mercedes, and as we know, Kimi Antonelli had a really good race at the last Grand Prix in Baku, with him finishing in P4, and this followed a difficult run of form for Antonelli. As we know, he did struggle in the European part of the season, and since the summer break he hasn't had the best Grand Prix in Zandvoort and in Monza. And we also saw him have issues in practice. You know, he went off in Monza in practice 2, which ended his session early, and he made a similar error in practice 1 in Zandvoort. But now a new detail about Antonelli's situation has emerged, with the race saying that Mercedes has revealed that problems with its simulator had wrecked preparations for the double header in Zandvoort and Monza, from which Antonelli took away just 2 points. The publication go on to say, beyond the simulator breaking down and limiting the amount of mileage Antonelli was able to do for those events, the racers learned that the running he did do was also with a too high grip level, which may have also caught him out when reality bit in Zandvoort. Now obviously this is not ideal preparation, especially when you are a rookie. You know, you're going to these tracks for the first time in a Formula 1 car. You want to be as best prepared as possible, and if the simulator isn't working properly, yeah, that's going to hamper preparations. So that can explain partly why Antonelli was on the back foot in those Grand Prix, and Mercedes trackside engineering director Andrew Shovlin explained how the derailed work for the post-summer break races was in contrast to what he did for Baku, with Shovlin saying, as quoted by the race, "With Zandvoort, he came in for a simulator session, and we had some issues that meant he wasn't really able to do the prep there. He then makes a mistake in FP1. Well, I think we need to own a bit of that responsibility, and that we couldn't do the normal prep. He was with us last week before Baku and did a very big day, doing 2 or 3 race distances or equivalent mileage of that, preparing here." Now I hope Antonelli continues his form from Baku. He really did need that, did Antonelli. He needed a good result, and he was performing well all weekend, and to end in P4, that is just such a good result for Antonelli considering the European season that he's had. So let's see what happens, but let's move on to Christian Horner, with there being a new report about his future. Now, as we know, Christian Horner was sacked as team principal and chief executive of Red Bull Racing following the British Grand Prix. And the split between Horner and Red Bull was made official on the 22nd of September, and when that happened, the race said that it had learned that while Horner will not be permitted to start work at a rival team immediately, the door is open for him to commence employment at some stage over the first half of 2026. So perhaps we could see Horner in F1 next year when the new regulations come into play, and as I've said before, I could imagine Horner ending up at a team like Alpine. But it's now been reported that Haas could be an option. Crash.net say that according to the Daily Mail, Haas is emerging as a possible option for Horner. The Daily Mail said, as quoted by Crash.net, he would likely want equity in a team rather than be prone to the whims of others to be his own master. Haas, the American team, are mooted by some decent sources as a possible destination. Now, Haas is currently owned by Gene Haas, and the team principal is Io Komatsu, who took over from Gunther Steiner in 2024, and Haas have been a team on the up in recent years. I mean, in 2023, they finished last in the constructor standings. In 2024, they improved massively to 7th. This year, they currently sit 9th, but do have a chance of challenging for 8th place. And with new regulations coming into play in 2026, it could perhaps push Haas higher up the order. Who knows? It's a fresh start for everyone. But yeah, as I say, I personally would have thought Horner would end up at a team like Alpine over Haas, but do you think Horner could end up at Haas? Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.